It's about time. What's going on?
Rumor report. This is the Rumor Report.
Talk to him.
With Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
Well, Dave Chappelle posted about 5 minutes of him at a recent stand-up where he's addressing a lot of the controversy that's been happening, as well as other tour dates of Dave Chappelle and Friends and screenings of his Untitled documentary. So some of the things that he talked about and addressed was Netflix and wanting to make sure that it's a safe environment for everyone.
It's been said in the press that I was invited to speak to the transgender employees at Netflix, and I refuse. That is not true. If they had invited me, I would have accepted it, although I am confused about what we are speaking about. I said what I said, and boy, I heard what you said. My God, how could I not? You said you want a safe working environment at Netflix. Well, it seems like I'm the only one that can't go to the office anymore.
Okay, how ironic is that? Here's what else he had to say about what he can and cannot say.
Even though the media frames this that it's me versus that community, that is not what it is. Do not blame the LGBTQ community for any of this shit. This has nothing to do with them. It's about corporate interests and what I can say and what I cannot say. For the record, everyone I know from that community has been nothing but loving and supporting. So I don't know what all this nonsense is about.
In addition, he talked about his Untitled documentary that was all about the comedians coming out to Yellow Springs during the pandemic, having the opportunity to perform in a bubble. But now it seems like people won't touch that documentary.
I made a whole documentary about it. The first night of those shows was a piece that some of you might have seen. It was called 846, and it dealt with the murder of George Floyd. This film that I made was invited to every film festival in the United States, and some of those invitations I accepted. And when this controversy came out about the closer, they began disinviting me from these film festivals. And now, today, not a film company, not a movie studio, not a film festival, nobody will touch this film.
That's interesting, 'cause Dave did the Tribeca Film Festival.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought the doc already sold to Netflix. Yeah, I thought they announced that the doc sold to Netflix.
But no, it hasn't sold yet. But the closer came out after that. So
I could have swore they announced that doc was coming out on Netflix.
No,
You sure?
not that I know of. As far as I know, they were still screening it places.
I think that doc's coming out. I could be wrong, because I even thought he said that in that 5-minute thing. He said shout out to Tetrandos because he's putting it on, but I thought they'd been sold to Netflix.
I think he was shouting him out for still keeping his special on, the closer.
Well, either way, that video yesterday was a great promo for that 10 Arena tour to show the film that he announced.
Well, he does have a list of demands, though, for the meeting with the, with people that want to meet with him from the trans community.
To the transgender community, I am more than willing to give you an audience, but you will not summon me. I am not bending to anybody's demands. And if you want to meet with me, I'd be more than willing to, but I have some conditions. First of all, you cannot come if you have not watched my special from beginning to end. You must come to a place of my choosing and a time of my choosing. And thirdly, you must admit that Hannah Gadsby is not funny.
I have no idea who Hannah Gadsby is.
Yeah, who's Hannah Gadsby?
She's a comedian.
Oh.
She's from Australia, and I think she had some things to say about him. So that was his jab, I guess, back at her. So...
Oh, no, it was that block party that Netflix was going to start streaming in November. That
it's
old
surprising
doc.
they were still streaming it. So, I'm trying to sell it and doing these screenings for it. Okay, now Meek Mill was on Twitter, and this went crazy yesterday. He said, I haven't got paid for music, and I don't know how much money labels make off me. I need lawyers ASAP. And he said, ask the record label, how much have you spent on me as an artist? And you ask, how much have you made off me as an artist? I'm about to make my record deal public by Monday just to let the world see what these people on. I'm a war for everything that's mine, all ruthless vibes. Then Keisha Cole saw this and responded, never received a check from any record label, period, but I just thought about that the other day. It's nothing wrong with obtaining audit attorneys so that you're aware of where every dollar went. Trust me, a lot gets lost in the sauce.
That's a fact.
And Tyrese also chimed in, most of us who were signed 20 years ago, we should all demand our masters be reverted back to us. Yeah, I said it. By December 2022, I will own 5 of my masters from releases over the years. Speak up on it or they will keep collecting off your body of work.
I mean, yeah, Keisha is absolutely right about audits, but that's for any business. Like, right, you get your audit attorneys to, keep track of every dollar. Nothing wrong with that. But correct me if I'm wrong, don't artists get, like, advances?
Yeah, you get an advance, and then you owe the label to pay back that advance. So basically, it's like a loan.
Depends on what you sell, and what you stream now.
So if you get, let's say a $3 million advance, and you don't recoup that money,
then you get nothing.
Then you don't never get another check.
Right, you don't.
And then your next album is still based off of what you owe for the first album. And then if you don't sell more units on the second album, then your third album is based off what you owe on the first and second album.
It's the same thing when you sign a publishing deal. They give you an advance, and then you have to pay that money back.
And that's why most artists want to get the biggest advance possible, because they know they're not going to probably see no money on the back.
Yeah, they go both ways. Some artists want the biggest advance, and some artists don't want an advance at all because they spend their own money. That way, they will make money.
Get a big back end.
Yeah, but I think you'd rather get more up front because nothing is guaranteed. You don't get an advance, and then if you get dropped or something changes, then you...
It depends what type of artist you are.
Well, the only reason I would probably want more up front from a record label is because record labels are shady. And you're going to have to get audit attorneys regardless to make sure that you're getting on the back end what you should get. So, yeah, from a record label, I probably would want more up front.
All right, well, that is your rumor report.
All right, thank you, Miss E. Charlamagne!
Yes, ma'am.
Who you giving that donkey to?
Why you say it like that?
I want to have a conversation about, this whole Insecure noise, the stuff with Insecure and Tiffany Dubois and, Issa. I'm not even saying the real names because we're talking about characters here.
Sororities and fraternities.
So I'm not even going to mention my good sister.
Amanda Seales.
Shut up. Yes, exactly. I am going to mention my good sister, of course. I love Amanda Seales. But, we're going to have a conversation. Let's talk.
We got time today? I think we should open up the phone lines and have this discussion after.
I'm with it.
Okay. I found this funny, but we'll get to it next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.